My daughter's parents' evening in the week is quite. She's doing very well, etc., etc. Except for music. She chose guitar to do her music GCSE. Her music, I don't know what you call it in the US. The normal end of school exams before you go to sixth form. I don't know if they even have sixth form in the US, do they? I don't know. The compulsory part of school ends. That. Well, she's just not been practicing at all. At all, it turns out. So she just can't play the guitar. She's got to do a performance in March for 15 minutes.
On her own?
Pretty much, I think they're figuring something out. She can sing, so we'll be singing and guitar, which is a help. But for 15 minutes is a long time. I think the teacher's going to duet with her and stuff, singing, which is going to help. But it shows how me playing the guitar didn't help at all. I think it probably just made no difference.
Can't you help her to learn her part?
I tried a bit. It just annoyed her. You know, I can teach her maths and whatever, but I can't really teach her music. It doesn't work. It's just annoying. I'm just very annoying. Teaching people music. But yeah, anyway, the other thing is English. She's doing okay in English. She's not going to get a high 7 or 8 or 9. It'll be okay. It'll be fine. She'll probably get a 5, I think. You know, it might be 9 in maths and 5 in English, which is kind of good. I like that. But there's a bit of the English she hates, and she kind of doesn't get it. And what it is, basically it's the analysis bit of English. She can write great. She knows the logic of language, and which is how it should be taught. I think it should be taught as sentence structure, but it isn't taught like that. It's taught as an art. And the teacher's very arty. But I now get it from what she said this week, was that because she's got a logical mind. Well, you know, when the teacher says, "Oh, how do you feel about this? The Vorpal sword. What does that mean?" Doesn't mean anything. He just made it up. It's nonsense. She can't. She just hates it. She really, really hates it, and that's why. So she'll never do well in that kind of subject. Ironically, though, or strangely, she loves history. She's really good at history. Isn't that strange?
We're off.
You did history?
I did history.
Yeah.
There's a factual element to history. Well, the dates that things happened.
I mean, a lot of it is memory, isn't it? But surely, if it was just that, it'd just be a list.
But it's actually, it's not. So history...
You've got to talk about why did people do this.
Yeah, it's creating a narrative of why things happened, and...
Which I love now. I didn't as a kid, but yeah, I love history now.
I actually find it quite...
Really?
Yeah.
I'm constantly looking for good history documentaries, because most of them are terrible. Most documentaries in the world are terrible. And they only seem to be made by the BBC and nobody else. Only the BBC can make good documentaries, it turns out. Least of all, the History Channel. Unless it's about Hitler or aliens.
But history does seem to be quite selective, really. I mean, it is told...
Well, that's the point.
From the point of view...
Isn't it? That's what it's about, isn't it?
Of the person telling it. It's not really an objective... point of view, although that's what they strive for. There is an awful lot of baggage that goes into history that affects the sort of story you're telling.
The further back you go, until you get to prehistory, the worse that gets.
Yeah.
I would think, you know. The last century is probably, I imagine, fairly straightforward in terms of disagreements, because everything's documented and like filmed. Look, it's on film. It's
still filtered, though, isn't it, through opinion?
Yeah, it's like the Donald Trump thing. No, didn't say that. We've got to film if you're saying it.
I think, I think you should try and find a way for Harmony to get into some kind of humanities or art subject other than history, because it's probably the factual side of it that appeals to her. Maybe, don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't get it. She thinks differently to me, so I don't get it.
But what I know, because I was never very good at art and stuff like that, I hated it. But what it actually teaches you is a different pace of thinking. it teaches you to, and actually maths, there is an element of this in maths, but probably not at GCSE level maths.
No,
which is
GCSE maths is boring. Yeah.
Which is a reflective thing. What have I done? Is it any good? Can I make it better? Is it what I was aiming for? And there's a process there of shaping something from nothing into something, and it takes time, and it takes a different mentality. Which, if you focus on sort of like science subjects, math subjects, you could miss if you're not careful.
Yes, you might not get why. I mean, math, A-level maths, you have your project, and that's where you do that. But you could do A-level maths and do the project and not really get that. Definitely.
It's a very, very valuable skill, which I wish I had learned at school.
Yes.
That sort of reflection to do something as I intended to do it, rather than just, oh no, I've got 2 minutes to go. How am I going to do this?
Yeah, can we run out on the field? Because we're going to run into the middle of the field.
I got very good at inspiration because I needed a certain amount of inspiration to put something together which was okay. I actually got some good marks out of it in the end. It was a miracle. Absolute miracle. I became very good at picking up useful information very, very quickly. But realistically, when that comes to actually getting things accomplished in life, it's no good. You need that sort of, that slower pace, that ability to reflect on what you're doing.
Yeah. I mean, my problem with art, it was, well, I was still comparing myself to my brother, which was in error. I got, well, his GCSEs weren't that good. His A-levels were much better than his GCSEs. He got like an A, B, A star, B, A, an F for art. He did GCSE and got an F. I've never quite understood how.
Why did he do art? He must have had some mates in the art class or something like that. Yeah, I'll do that as well.
That's why you, yeah, I mean, that age, that's, you know. But in year 9, in my report, it didn't mean anything. It was only the school report. It said A for attainment and C for effort. I think I win, so I just stopped. That's it. No, too late. Maybe I probably shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't GCSE art.
Yeah, I mean, my issue with art was something I could see other people doing art, which, wow, that actually looks like what they're trying to draw. Yeah. And then I'd do it, and it looked like a 3-year-old scrawling.
Yeah, drawing with lines.
Yeah. And I wouldn't try and make it better. I failed. Yeah, what a failure! I'm not doing this. I can't do this. It's just an approach, isn't it? It's the artist's way, I suppose.
Yeah, I think I was good at bits and terrible at other bits. I'm sure. I don't think that A meant anything. It was probably trying to get me to do GCSE art. You know what I think? This is a genuine thing, and I don't think this applied. Well, maybe it did apply when actually applied to us, but didn't apply years ago and does apply now. You know, they say 40 is the new 30, and 20 is the new. You know, people should do their education older. You know the sort of nonsense about they should do a national service, kids. They've got to get them out in the army. I don't think they should do that, but I think you should probably do GCSEs. Then you should have 10 years of go and get a job, go and work in a shop, go and do all that stuff, and it'd be normal to do that, and you could enjoy it and all that stuff. And then when you're not a nutter anymore, then you can go into education, and there's no rush. People are living so much longer. You know, we're not going to be able to retire when we're 65, because when we're 65, retirement at that age will seem like ridiculous. It'd be like retiring at 45.
Yeah. I kind of agree. Actually, no. There is.
I think we should have done that.
A bit of perspective, yeah. It gives you that little bit of perspective. Idiots. When you said national service, I mean, I've actually thought national service might be a good idea, but not in the army.
Yeah. So you could not the stupid end of.
So
I mean, but yeah, and there's lots and lots of stuff you would learn.
If you had a period of time where you were essentially given. You're in a force which isn't an armed forces, but you went out into the world, a humanitarian aid, say.
Dig wells and
help
stuff
people.
The army actually does.
Yeah. I think that would also give you a bit of you come back to this country and you'd think, actually, flipping it. We've got things pretty good here. Yeah. And I've got all these opportunities which these people will never.
Yeah.
It might give you that little bit of a different perspective.
Yes. I mean, I think we were aware of that. It was just like we couldn't do anything about it. It's just we can't. We are morons.
Well, it's not being aware. You've got to experience it. I think
you have to. Yeah. You need that. That was the thing. I knew we were entitled idiots, not doing anything, doing nothing. All this stuff was free. Uni was. Yeah, I got a grant.
I got a grant.
Yeah, and I spent it, and then I got a loan as well. Because I was an idiot.
Well, I got a grant, but it didn't cover my rent.
Yeah, and you have to remember the course was free. The grant wasn't to pay for the course. The grant was just to live on.
Yeah.
I still think that's a good thing in itself because we're getting less and less skilled and all that stuff. We need more skilled people, so we need to pay people to get skilled instead of resenting them for it.
Yeah. Interesting stuff.
That was supposed to be something different, positive, and it's just ended up the same.
Yeah.
It's just the same stuff again. Grim. It's grim.
Grim stuff.